Give Southeastern credit. I thought that they did a really good job, and I think the three things that I told the players and told you guys on Monday that I knew to be true were true. Number one, they were going to have good players, which I knew that. I love 5'81". Remind me a lot of the guys I had at McNeese, those little fast guys that are hard to handle with a mobile quarterback too. That I thought moved around pretty good. So I knew that. Number two, I knew they would be very well coached. And they had a really good scheme. I thought they really frustrated us offensively. I'm looking at the stuff. 31 first downs, and, we ran almost 100 plays, but just couldn't really quite, get the knockout punch, and kept kind of, had a couple turnovers and stuff. And I thought they did a nice job of frustrating us with a lot of different zone pressures and stuff, field fire zones. They would blitz and then play zone and squat on the bubble after when they blitz. They just did a good job. And, it's we weren't as prepared as we needed to be. Let's just put it that way. But, I don't know. We didn't know who this guy was, and was in NFL for a while, this D coordinator, and we tried to guess as to what they were going to do, and they really did some different stuff, to be honest with you, and did a great job. So give them credit. Offensively, they actually combined what we worked some of Coach Stevens' stuff, which is what they were doing at Southeastern when he was there with the speed sweep stuff off the wide receiver motions and all that. That's all his stuff. But then they also did some pro-style stuff, and that's more of Coach Selfo's stuff. So they kind of did a little bit of both. And but anyway, I'm glad to win, and I'll give Southeastern a lot of credit, and we'll look at the film. And I know, we have to do some things better offensively for sure, and then that's number one. Number two, we cannot, give up the gash plays. And if, hopefully, I thought we did pretty good in the scrimmages against that, and hopefully we can correct that. Because if you look at it, I thought we played really good defense in the second half, other than we gave up two slants for 50 and 60 yards, and we got to get rid of that and make people drive the field and make them do those types of things. Because, like I said, other than that, I thought we played pretty good defense in the second half. We just couldn't do what we needed to do on offense. So it's kind of a mini break, so to speak, for us, in a sense that, with a Thursday game, we'll come up and watch the film tomorrow and work out and give the guys a couple of days off, try to get their legs back under them, and, get an extra practice next week for Southern Miss, because we know that'll be a tough game. So, it's I look at it, and obviously wouldn't have been very good if we lost the game. However, I'd rather win a game like this to start the season, and, we'll have everybody's attention. And we'll have everybody's attention come Monday, and because we need to play better in some areas and stuff. So, they always say that you should improve more from the first game to the second game. That should be the biggest improvement that you have all year, and hopefully we can do that.
When you say that you guys weren't prepared as you should have been, is that just an extension of just all the unknowns?
That's just really not really knowing. It's interesting too, and I thought they did a great job. I'll give them a lot of credit, because they disguised some stuff, and they would blitz and roll it down hard, and and some things. But this coach, and he's got an NFL background, but he's never been a coordinator. So it's not like you could go. I remember we played South Florida a few years ago, and they had hired an NFL guy, but he was actually the coordinator. So we went back and watched their stuff or whatever, and really didn't know really a lot what to do. And then they listed odd personnel and didn't run a lot of odd. They ran more four-down stuff, and ran a lot more than what they did. I say that. They hardly had none last year, what I call, field fire zones, where they would blitz off both edges and then squat guys and stuff. And what they didn't do was play us man, which I give them a lot of credit for that. They didn't play a lot of man-to-man, but they would blitz and zone behind it. And, like I said, we just didn't when you look at it, I don't know, 54 yards, 31 first downs. It's not like we didn't move the ball. We just didn't finish it, and give them credit, because they made some plays.
Speaking of making plays, can you settle a little debate for us here? Who blocked the field goal?
I don't know. RJ did?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, he goes in. Actually, we've been working that all camp. Last year it was Brian Williams. He came in on the we either try to block from the edges, or if it's any length or whatever, then we try to push from the middle and have a jumper. And, it's tricky now with the rules, because if you jump, you can't touch anybody else. You can't jump onto one of the defenders, so it's pretty tricky. You got to time it up. But also the new rule this year, if y'all remember, last year you had to have a foot basically within the line of the defense. So I mean, you had to be standing there, and then you could jump. But now they changed the rule after the App State game last year when they called a penalty on it. You can take off running, but you cannot jump onto somebody else. If you do, that's a penalty. So that's the new rule, and we've been working it with RJ, and I said, and I didn't know who blocked it, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't. I was just glad somebody did.
Were you surprised by their decision not to take another shot at it or two and line up for the field goal?
The kid's a good kicker, and and that's a play that we have, and they executed it well. They got the ball dead in the middle of the field, and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure that, Coach Selfo would do that again.
Coach, is this the wake-up call you guys needed for next week?
No, I mean, I think we're up. I mean, I don't think it's any matter of waking up. I thought our kids played hard. I just think we have to play a little better in some areas. But if anything, I mean, going back at it, I thought we were too excited. I mean, I've never seen our guys like that. I mean, I would walk in the locker room, settle down. I mean, and I know this is, they have anticipated this, and they've worked hard, and it's exciting, have an opportunity to play. But I think, we'll have some talks next week, and we'll settle down a little bit, and and I think and just play football. But like I said, if anything, I think we were awake. I just think we have to play a little better in a couple areas.
Offensively, what did you guys talk about in the locker room at halftime? Because it seemed like during that first half, there was a lot of just, a lot of missed opportunities, plays that weren't unfolding like they normally would.
Yeah, we felt like there were some things that were there, and just kind of, getting in, and there was a couple runs that we thought, were pretty good. They were doing a lot of stuff. I mean, so we wanted to kind of narrow the run game a little bit, and we wanted to try to run Caleb a little more in the second half, which we really didn't run him in the first half. But and of course he ends up getting the game-winning touchdown on the run. But so we felt like in the first half, you looked at it, I don't know what the total yards were, but it's not like we didn't move the ball. We just had to finish some drives, and we really still didn't in the second half. Not like we should have.
Coach, concerns in special teams, 2 missed field goals, a missed extra point, and return yards. Obviously, something to be short of.
The return yards, I thought that was probably give or take, give and take. If you looked at it, they kicked to Marcus a couple times, then they kicked away from him. We got the ball at the 40 every time, and stuff. And I said it all week. I've been as impressed, really, since I've been here. If you look at it, I'm not sure, really, maybe one of y'all can correct me, that we've played against the 2 best return guys we've played against have both been FCS guys. That little guy from Southern I thought was fantastic when we played against him. And this kid here, I mean, you go watch the film last year, there's a reason. I'm a product of FCS football, and they got great players in the FCS. And when you're preseason first-team All-American, you got some clout. You got some stats to back it up, too, and stuff. So, I think probably answering your question, though, Aaron, if I remember right, though, I'm about to watch the film, though, the one that he broke kind of, and we missed tackles. And so I think it looked like we were in our lanes and we're in position. We just missed a tackle on the guy, and you can't do that. I don't know. You don't have to watch it. Craig's been pretty good, for us in his career, and he's had a good career, and I don't know. I mean, I'll have to look at it, and I'll make it a point to not coach the kickers, and stuff. So, I say I'll look at it. I really won't look at it. I'll let our kicking guys look at it, and but that's just the life of a kicker, But I got a lot of confidence in Craig, and stuff. So we'll see.
Coach, you talked about your defense and how Corey Strawder got the interception.
Yeah.
Do you think that interception really fueled your team?
I thought it did, and we had an opportunity, a couple times to go up by 2 scores, and that was one of the 2 times that we had an opportunity, and I thought that hurt us, and I felt like if we could have got up by 10 points, and they're gonna change their game plan a little bit, and stuff, and we just never could get that. We had it down there about 3 times probably, and just couldn't get that one play to go up by. By 9 or 10 or something. Well, now, it's a 2-score game, and, now we have the momentum and stuff, and we just didn't make it. They just didn't make the plays, but made enough to win, and that's the most important thing.
Was it fair to say then tonight it's probably a lesson in what happens when you leave opportunities on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care who you're playing. We have the opportunities we had, I think, and it's. And we talk about it all the time, and it's just football. Just didn't work out tonight. But we'll have to look at it and go back to the drawing boards and look. But, one of the things, if you're going to play a pretty good football team or a good football team, you better score touchdowns when you can too. You better get them those points. And we probably settled, I think, probably for more field goals than we did probably the whole second half of the year last year. We were able to finish more of those plays. But, hey, it's first game, and we'll go back and get a little better.